What's up, y'all? It's Nifty Q. That's Gifted. We're here with another daily rehash. Wednesday, November 8th. The market kept climbing. Gordon kept buying, and I'm sitting in an airport. But I'm happy to be coming to you guys, and I'm happy to be here with you, Gifted. What's up?
I'm happy to be here with you, man. Even while you're traveling, he's still showing up to do the job and bring y'all the top 10 stories from the last 24 hours of Web3. It's the daily rehash. Let's get into it, Q. What's going on with
All right.
Trichromatic?
All right, the Trichromatic by Mount Vitruvius here is over 700 ETH in secondary volume. It obviously instantly sold out here on the Art Blocks platform. Generative art piece that you can see in front of you. Yeah, a lot of secondary volume here. Floor price is up almost beyond 2 ETH now. We're kind of watching it very closely. So yeah, the 5-10x for a lot of people that were in there. And yeah, another successful sale for the Art Blocks platform.
Yeah, this is huge. I think the mint was around 0.85, but at least a 2 or 3x incoming. And it's just crazy to see. It's going to hit 1,000 ETH on the secondary in less than 24 hours with this momentum. So that's just wild. Absolutely mad congrats to Mount Vitruvius and everybody who got in on that one. And let's keep moving on to the next story here. You already mentioned it. It's Gordon Gooner. He is just on a shopping spree. He's adding to his bags of some of the biggest PFPs in the collection. He even warned everybody here. But since then, since the warning shot fired this morning, we've seen him collect several collections, including Atom Bomb Squad and Deadfellaz, which I think was a little bit of a surprise. Not everybody expected the Deadfellaz to be in his collection.
Yeah, the community is kind of predicting, hey, what's going to be next? I think he said he's going to sweep 4 more collections that aren't Yuga based, by the way. So there was a lot of hubbub online with that. It's cool to see. I'm not going to say this is going to bring us back, but it's nice to have some vibes regardless.
Absolutely, man. And let's keep it going to the next story.
Yeah, of course. So TagTech, this is going to be the Friend Tech competitor from Machi Big Brother. This went live last night. There are actually ITOs happening right now. So this is one of the really cool things about this platform. Big accounts like Icebergy, for example, I think is one of the largest here, is actually selling his keys, but there is no FOMO ramp, right? You don't have to compete with the bots. There's an auction period where you can actually buy in all at once together in that initial token offering,
tag offering. Yeah so they call them tags. Yeah, they're like keys or like Stars Arena tickets, but they call them tags here. And you can see on the activity tab, there's this ITOs little place up here. And these are 0.01 minimum bid offerings to, again, avoid the bots. And like you said, maybe some of the FOMO ramp and the bonding curve. So a very interesting little innovation here.
Yeah, for sure. I need to make sure some of these accounts are legitimate. They obviously are tied to X. The other thing that they mentioned as well, though they gave no details, was the Friend Tech airdrop, right? So they want to bring people in. This isn't a point system. This is actually TagTech token that is live and trading.
Right on, man. Let's keep it going on to the next one, but also hit me up if you want an invite because I'm on there, and we'll see how that goes. We'll see. It's high risk, high reward, maybe some opportunities. But the next one, Play Shrapnel dropped officially their token. It launched. SHRAP token is live across at least a handful of different marketplaces. You can see them here: Bybit, KuCoin, Bitmart, BitGet, HTX, and they also shared an awesome gameplay trailer along with it. So, games with tokens are really hitting a stride ahead of the holiday season right now. Shrapnel is also getting some really positive feedback. I heard some people in a space earlier who've played it saying they're fucking loving this game, Q.
Yeah, I'm excited for the extraction portion of this game, right? Where we have the ability to use those as NFTs, and then you might lose everything, or you might stand to gain everything. The other thing I would say is from like a macro level, if you want to call it that, a lot of gaming tokens are seeing some good bids, right? Illuvium and Prime, for example, being ones that stand out in my mind. So this is immaculate timing from Shrapnel.
Yeah, even Sandbox getting in, they were pumping on the 30-day up like 40 or 50%. We'll talk more on Sandbox in a minute, but let's talk about this next story.
Yeah, so Ordinals flipped ETH NFT volume in the last 24 hours. This is huge, man, because this is the third run now for Ordinals that we've seen. There's been some speculative bubbles. Obviously, we saw the first one in, I believe, February, March timeframe. A little bit of activity here in the summertime, and now we're getting, again, another run for Bitcoin Ordinals. Clearly going over ETH volume is something that's worth mentioning. Also, a lot of the blue chips, quote unquote, in the protocol are going off, right? So you're showing off some here, but Bitcoin Frogs is definitely one that stands out in my mind. So yeah, what's it going to take for us to get over to Bitcoin Ordinals? I think it's going to be the Mega Pixie Teleburn, and then we should have
Heck yeah. Shout out Mark and the Megapont team. You can see here on Crypto Slam, still over almost 16 mil on Bitcoin, above Ethereum on the 24 hours. But yeah, that was over, it was like close to 17 million on the 24 total volume over there on Bitcoin Ordinals. So that is absolutely wild and crazy to see. And we will, of course, keep following what's going on with the Ordinals as that develops. But let us know what you think in the comments and if you're buying any Ordinals yourself. All right, on to this next one. Another awesome drop from an artist that we just learned about recently, who's killing it. Jake Freed just sold out 100 editions of his project North Star at 1 ETH each, and he did it in just minutes. There's already some secondary sales incoming, and this was highlighted in, of course, Roger Dickerman's 24 Hours of Art. But even more exciting about this is that we actually got privy to what Jake was doing and learned about him last week on Wednesday when Roger came on GM Web3 for a new segment that we're calling Top 5 Artists This Week. So that was friggin' awesome, frankly, the fact that we knew about this one ahead of time.
I mean, we saw the traded drop happen last week too, so he was calling out a bunch, and he's clearly on top of his game. It's really cool to see the market actually do well on the art front as well as the PFP front now. So we have all of these different sectors that are going to be part of this next bull run. I hope you got your popcorn ready. All right, speaking of art here, we do have R3HASH, the popular, primarily Tezos-based platform here. This generative platform is moving and launching an ETH marketplace on December 1st. They've got artists lined up. This is what they're calling R3HASH 2.0. So this is going to be super exciting. Obviously, in ETH marketplace and tapping into that ecosystem is going to be something that's going to be a boon for them, I think.
Yeah, R3HASH has been very popular as a marketplace on Tez, so it'll just be interesting to see how does it complement or compete with Art Blocks, with Prohibition.art, with these other generative art platforms that are moving into the Ethereum ecosystem or already there. I'm very excited for it because I've loved what R3HASH is doing. And, you know, in terms of how Art Blocks is more curated, harder to get in there, they are more open, you know, so it could be a more open option for some really high-end generative artists to be playing around. And yeah, the cool thing here is just that you can already go check out on the r3hash.xyz website. You can see upcoming drops dropping on the Ethereum marketplace here. So they've got this calendar schedule. Pretty awesome.
It's 2.0 season, Gifted.
Yeah, it is. And the one thing I'll call out is Cyphered, the creator of R3HASH, might have one of those early drops. You know, his RGB cellular automatons, elementary automatons, are one of the more popular R3HASH generative projects. So look out for that one.
Yeah, at face value, this seems like a competitor to Prohibition, but we're all going to win together. And Gif, I need your best Peaky Blinders accent here when you do this next story.
No promises on that one. No promises on that one, but we will get into this next story here. And yes, it is Sandbox announcing, you know, a fun partnership. They're trying to make sure they're still top of mind. They're still part of 2.0 season and whatever else is going on with Web3 games. So they've partnered with a popular TV show. You might have heard of them, Peaky Blinders, or the people behind it, I guess, the production company, Bandage Group. And they're saying that this is a way to bring the series to life in their metaverse and let you play as a new gang member in the gritty world
of Peaky Blinders. Yeah, I'm not even gonna attempt a lot of that, but Sandbox continues to move. The metaverse tokens are also, as you said earlier in the episode, getting a bid, which is really cool. Obviously, I'm not as bullish on that narrative until we're like peak bull market, in my opinion. But yeah, it's good to see Sandbox continue to win. They got all the right partners to be a player in the next run.
Yeah, and you can look at this 1 month chart. Sand is getting a bid. It's getting some action, up about 35, 36%. So, you know, do with that information what you will. But we're going to keep moving on to the next
Yeah,
in the
it
story.
feels like getting on OpenSea at this point is like the low-hanging fruit, and I'm kicking them all in there down. But really, what the story here is that Coatue, and I hope I'm not butchering that name, marked down their investment here on OpenSea by 90%. So obviously, OpenSea did a raise, a Series B, and Series C. And what we have here is the last raise was a valuation of about 13.3 billion. They're marking their current investment down to 1.4 or below 1.4 billion. So that shows you kind of where investors are marking OpenSea right now. I think they did something into the effect of like $25 million annualized in sorry, I'm missing it. The royalties, obviously, that is very, very low compared to what they were doing in the bull market. So, you know, the revenue being cut, we see that the team also got cut by about 50%. So, yeah, OpenSea in dire straits, but we're really getting a better look at the valuations behind the scenes. Oh, you're muted.
Thanks for that. It's just more indicators of where they're heading, and that this 2.0 for them needs to be something special. Again, we'll keep saying it, when token. But all right, on to this last story. Manifold, another very cool creator platform, did something. The devs did something. They dropped a new digital pop-up shop for physical goods with these streamlined product pages, seamless checkout flow that has a couple different ways that you can now purchase physicals. So obviously the goal of this, Q, is to just make it as easy as possible to get physical items into token holders' hands. It's definitely been sort of a holy grail for creators because right now there's not that many easy solutions if you're trying to launch physical items for your holders.
Yeah, first of all, digiphysical is the term that we're going to continue to push
digital.
until. Yeah, I get it.
It's digital.
But also the narrative that we're seeing real world assets, right? It keeps coming up onto the blockchain and all into these protocols is interesting to me because what we had with the metaverse was essentially saying like, here, take these digital items and you'll like it, but you really don't have anything to do with them. Right. So you really can't do anything if the platform itself isn't popular. But with real world assets, these are things that people are using all of the time. So physical goods and that kind of blend and making sure it feels good feels like an awesome narrative to me.
Yeah, this could be a big winner. I hope it's cool. And I just want to call it here. They do share, you'll be able to pay with burning NFTs, crypto, just holding an NFT, and they will be adding fiat soon. So, you know, who knows, but it could be a really awesome new tool for creators out there in the ecosystem. And y'all, we did it. Q did it, even though he's at the airport. That is the top 10 stories from the last 24 hours. I'll just say our vibe, our tribe, and then leave it to you, sir.
Of course. Look, I'm going to be here tomorrow as well. We are in sunny, or I guess dark Florida right now, but I'm excited to do these always, no matter if they're coming from the airport or my home. Yeah, really exciting times. We'll see what Gordon buys tomorrow, and it's been an awesome time. OBOT.